Act 6, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We have some of these graphs, though, so let's go ahead and have some fun. We have one that, let's see, which one has the highest graphs? This one requires 42 for the level requirements. Okay, so I want to go with this one. I want the graphed item. I'm assuming the ones that have a higher level will have a little bit more potential. Oh, wait, hold on. This is item level 40. Okay, this 42 is the highest. And I'll actually show you guys the stash. So we're starting off this little thing with just a quick little randomization. We'll see if we get something good off of this. So what we're going to go for is the graphed one over here. So I want to go for the highest level one to see what we can get.
She is pleased.
And we'll see what we get over here. So we have duration of elemental ailments on enemies. So what that could be is like a freeze, a shock, or whatever. Honestly, I would say that this is kind of mid here. But he says uses the level 12 gray wind howls. I'm not sure what that is, though. Huh. Provisioning womb crafts. I have no idea what this is. Some of this stuff is going to be brand new for everyone that's going in. Because I kind of like this one. Where they, where was it? I thought this one had like another bonus here. Oh, is this what? Oh, it'll remove all its stored graft blood. Oh, it's only 26. It's not very much, but we'll try this one out and then just upgrade it. Because the tree slowly starts to upgrade. Okay. So, oh, I don't want the thing to be gold instead. Okay, additional currency item. Ooh. Wow, some of these are pretty good. A full stack of currency. Additional currency. I want increased rarity of currency. Graft implants. Okay. Additional currency item seems pretty good. Well, we have basically a 100% chance for more, because I definitely don't want to convert to gold. But, I don't know, what's a full stack of currency could be pretty insane too, but like the chances of that going through are pretty low. Anyways, I just want just double. But yeah, we'll try it with this, whatever this thing does. So, okay, so it's comparing, so does it have a, so I think it has a skill. Oh, and then we're reading the skill. That's what the howl is. 20% of physical gain is extra elemental damage with the matching types. Okay. So I don't know how often. So it's, how long does that last? So it only lasts 1 second, but it's 8-second cooldown. I don't know. It doesn't seem very good, but we're going to try it out anyways. But yeah, now that we had a little bit of fun with that, let's go ahead and see what we're going to be getting in this act. Since we're like basically towards the more beyond the mid game here. Oh, the servers looks like they're having issues. All right, finally loaded in. So there's a bunch of NPCs that we can talk to, just so they have. Oh, we are in. This is important. Note, we're in Act 6, so that allows us to have Faustus. So Faustus is really good because you can do currency exchange. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out some currency so you guys can kind of see. I have like a special tab that lets us grab all the currency. I'm gonna grab some of the ones that may be able to be utilized for some trades here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Faustus. Again, this is completely optional, but it's good that I teach you guys this. So we're going to go to currency exchange. So what we're going to say is I want, let's say, a chaos orb. And in return, I might have, let's say, orb of fusing. So 5 orbs of fusing equals 1 chaos orb. So I could get 1 chaos orb, and I would just click this. It's going to cost gold. And so you can see the market ratio is 5 to 1. So that if I hit, oh, now it's 5.2 to get 1 chaos orb. So if I list this over here, sometimes it may take a second, but it will work. So if I go ahead and list this, you can see, boom, I just traded 5 of my orbs of fusers, and I got a chaos orb. Now, I haven't really showed you guys how the orbs of fusing work. It's pretty much because it's not really worth using these earlier game, because the items are just cheaper to buy for like an alchemy. But what this does is it randomizes the amount of fusers. Like, so this one, we have like a 4 link, and it could go to a 5 link if I spam this, but the chances of getting a 5 and 6 link are quite rare as you go up, but it's kind of random. So I'm going to get some chaos orbs, and I'm going to go make some purchases so we can see some upgrades here on our build. We're also going to look for a very specific item in the belt department. Is this, okay, so I'm going to double check on one thing. Okay, so the reason, oh, it's just the stone golem that's the requirement for the strength here. So I'm going to hopefully get a really good belt over here, and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to get. So we're going to go to the pathofexile.com/trade website. We're going to go lock in and search for this item called Prism Weave, the rustic sash over here. We're going to go ahead and lock in, hit search, and it should be like 1 chaos orb, so it's perfect. So I think we could do in-person or instant buyout. It doesn't really matter here, but right now what we're looking for is the one that has the highest amount of elemental resistance for 1 chaos orb. So we want the one that has usually the most. The damage can matter, but it's like such a small difference. It really doesn't matter too much. So we're going to go ahead and whisper this one. We can also try out, I don't know if instant trade works. Let's see if this works also. We can get an unidentified one. Let's get the one that has the most amount of resistances. So this one has 10, and again 15 is the highest. So it will cost us also 2,000 gold. Do I have 2,000? I do. So we're going to show off this mechanic. So this is the brand new asynchronous trade. So it's going to teleport us to that person's hideout. Well, it should in-game. Is it in-demand teleport anyway? Sure. Oh, it's no longer available. So let's go travel to this person's hideout. Okay, so it should automatically teleport us to the person's hideout. So the difference between doing it this way is that it is much faster in the trade, but it does require you to get to Act 6, which is obviously not that difficult. You're already here. And then you could also browse what other items they have for trade. This is brand new to this season, which is part of the new update. And I think it's fantastic because that way we don't have to worry about people not responding, which is a very common thing in the game where people just simply don't respond to the trade. But again, the trade's completely optional, but at least it lets you convert some of your currency to, let's say, Chaos Orbs. And sometimes when we swap items, you're going to see this one over here. Oh, it's totally fine. We don't need to swap anything here, which is great. But this one over here is going to give us actually pretty big DPS. So look at our damage right here. I want to show you guys the big difference in DPS here once we got this item. So we go from 8,200 to 10,000 DPS. And we get another 30% increased elemental damage when we actually have a flask, which is not... It's not going to be super uncommon because we're using this like the whole time we're playing. Alright, so now we could convert more currency, but remember how we had that stone golem? I had to remove it because if I don't, then I can't use this right now because I needed the strength requirements. So if you ever run into the situation where like your gem says that you can't use it because of level, you can rebuy another gem, or you can go up to the NPCs and you can give them the gem. You can also add in an Orb of Regret. You can see it will reduce it back to level 1. But if I put a Scour, and I'm holding shift by the way just to put in 1 here. So if I put the Stone Golem plus the Scour, it's going to reduce the level by 1. So that way we can equip it. So boom, it's a quick little recipe over here. And now we still have our Golem because we need it for specifically the Ondars to get the full value. Plus I actually really do like having the Golem. Now we can get some extra upgrades as well. And like I said, I'm going to convert some currency into the Chaos Orbs because that's kind of the currency that people use. But we could also look for potentially other things. And I have to mention that it's good to remove your items sometimes to check of like what's the requirement. So like this thing bricks our entire build because I don't have the attribute requirements. So you may want to look for items that may have all attributes. That's another option that you can go for as far as a route. But it depends on the item slot as well. So like right now we probably want that the attributes on a ring. That would be ideal. And then also getting a bunch of resistances. So what we can do, and again, all this like trade stuff is always optional. But I'm going to go to the Path of Exile trade website, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for just some rings with resistances that maybe we can get for like an Orb of Alchemy. Because sometimes people just list stuff for cheaper, but usually like Chaos Orb is kind of like the gold standard that people will actually trade good items for. But we can check. So right now we're going to look up, our level is 50 right now, so we're going to go over here and then go to level 50 as the maximum, and then we're going to look for items that has as much resistances as possible. So we're going to go to ring, and we also need, I think, what does this one have for attributes? This one has currently 14. I don't know the exact number that I need from all of my gear, but let's just put 14 on all attributes. All attributes. It's so we're going to do this one. And the reason why I like pseudo is because it can count the implicit, but we want 14 here. And then we also want to have as much resistances as possible. So total resistance over here. Resistances will be the amount of numbers that it has, like cold, fire, like how many is it having. But the total number, this is what we want. And then we're going to go ahead and hit search. And we're also going to put alchemy, Orb of Alchemy, and we'll do instant buyout and in-person trade. So now we have both of the searches here. And then we're going to go to click on where it says total resistance, and boom. This is costing too many Orbs of Alchemy. We only want to spend like 1 because I want to try to get 2 rings. Honestly, it's going to be kind of rare to get something good here, but this one is giving us The attributes, it's giving us 35 total resistances, which, I mean, honestly, is still pretty low. But if I just go to, if I change this to watch, I'll change this to 1 Chaos Orb and watch the amount of resistances we get. Instead of 35, we are getting 91 for 1 Chaos Orb. That is incredibly good. It also gives us lightning damage, and it gives us extra resistance. There's also a pretty decent ring here called the Heap of All, because it also gives you increased rarity. It kind of gives you a lot of nice things. Plus, it gives you like 30 to all res, which is quite a big number. We can actually hugely benefit off of this, because it also just gives us flat increased damage as well. And it's just really a solid ring overall. There's also a really good ring that we can get. Let me see if I can remove this ring. So this one, if I remove this one gives us $5 attributes, but the rest of the stats on it are pretty weak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these gems right here, because they have a high requirement. This also, we might want to reduce the level by 1 more on this one. And the reason why is you kind of need to play inventory Tetris sometimes. And right now, I think we could heavily benefit off of a Tessalio's Sign, which is going to cost us 1 Chaos Orb, if I want to go that route as well. Because this ring, honestly, it's pretty out. This one is the one that I would say we should replace. So let's just put $5 attributes, and this is going to make our results much better. So we're going to go to all attributes, only put in 5. We're not going to go for Tessalio's Sign yet, and I'm going to go back to the alchemy here. I have like 3 of these, but we'll just put this. And we'll go to total resistance, and you see for 2, I can get 65 resistances. It still gives me those all attributes, which is great. If we can get also maximum life, that would be ideal as well, but like 4 maximum life is like really nothing here. This one's giving us accuracy. That one's pretty good. We have increased rarity. But let's see. This one's only 1 orb of alchemy. This one doesn't give us HP, and the fire damage is probably the least good one out of like all of them. But let's check out our resistances. So right now, we can also look at our resistances. So we have a big chunk of lightning resistance missing. So ideally, on the resistance end, we can hit Control F and type in, let's say, like lightning resistance. And this one has 26 lightning resistance over here. So that would probably help out our build quite a bit. Let's see if some of these other ones have more. Okay, this one will basically give us, and it gives us int. It's got physical damage. Wow, this one's really good. So let's go travel the hideout. So it'll load in, and this one will, again, cost 1. It's highlighted in purple. We just go grab this, boom. And now we instantly have our lightning resistance basically maxed out. And because it gives us int, we are able to level up our gems again. So we can put these back in, because now level up all those other gems that we're kind of leveling up. Now we also could get an upgrade in our amulet department. So in amulet, we're kind of looking for the same thing. So except for we don't need all attributes, right? I'm hoping not. Oh, another time where it just bricks it because, well, we would need the strength and the intelligence. This one's going to be probably pretty hard to get int and strength. I don't know how much we need, but we would type in 27 int, 16 strength, and let's see. So let's see if we can get it. So we don't need all attributes. We need int, which is 27, and then strength. What was it? Now, we probably don't need that exact number, but it may help out, and then we'll see it. We'll change this to ring over here, and then again, maximum level 50, or alchemy, let's put 2. And let's see what else we could get. What else does this one have? This one has added lightning damage to attacks. That's actually a pretty good stat. There's only 2 of these here. Honestly, oh, we're in rings right now. Still, we'll go to amulet, and then let's see if we can get an upgrade. But this is slowly how you start to upgrade your characters. Yo, thank you so much for the sub-aroni.
New subscriber, Slay Daddy.
A snow arm, thank you so much, man. Let me give you katana flip, Reno, my good sir. Oh, I'm just kidding, my face cam was off. But thank you so much, sir, for the sub. Let me give you katana flip. Arigato, my friend. I appreciate the sub. Is Monk still meta? Well, Monk is not an in-path of Exile 1, so I guess the Monk would not be meta at all, Kappa. Alright, let's see what other things we can get. We have all attributes. We have 13 to all resistance. We have elemental damage to attack skills. That's pretty good. This one's giving us physical damage, extra cast speed. We don't need that. Carnage Heart over here is giving us, let's see, physical attack damage leeches life. We have increased damage while leeching, meaning when we're leeching our stats. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. Let's see, what else do we have over here? We have all attributes. I would say, as far as it goes, ours is actually pretty decent now because it's giving us damage as well. Like, this one's giving us flat damage as well here. Let's see, this is 28 resistance total. This one has no resistances, so that's kind of unfortunate. But for 1 orb of alchemy, we can get extra. We don't really need the lightning res, to be honest, though. instead of the lightning res over here, so we're going to remove the total resistances, we can go to get maximum life, because we could use damage. I mean, that's not bad either. But we're going to also put in like 50 life, so that should be like hopefully. Alright, awesome. Now we get some HP here. Now we could also look for damage to attacks. So this one has some fire damage. Ideally we get lightning. Does this one have an anoint? Oh, this is damage with axes. Alright, so we don't really have that many to look for. This is cold damage. What else do we have? Looks like our options are kind of slim here. With 3 to 7 cold damage is pretty small. At this point, it's so small, it might not even be really worth it. But it's good to sometimes check to see if there is something good. I mean, we would just be getting like 50 life over here, which is still not bad. Oh, this one has 90 life, and it has some regen. I think that this one for 1 Orb of Alchemy is not bad at all, just because it gives us a bunch of HP. Oh, this one, oh, he's, okay. So he doesn't have the instant trade. That's why I like the instant trade, because they have to whisper. He has to respond, but now let's finally go back to continue. And start Act 6. Your PoE 1 series is super helpful for newbies. Oh, you have 1,000 hours on PoE 2, and it's your first time trying PoE 1. Ah, I got you, Osloron. So, yeah, we're continuing our playthrough right now, man. So, perfect timing. You can watch it live. All right. So, sometimes when we swap things, we do need to reactivate our buffs, and we're going to resummon our golem. So, in the very beginning, you just go straight to the coast. So, we're finally starting Act 6 after like 15 minutes of just yapping, but it's part of like the game, and you need to learn trade in this game when you're a new player. Trade is too important in this game not to learn, because it is a big area of upgrades. And I guess we'll do one of these right here just to see what we get. It's like all blocked off. Yeah, we got a lot more damage. See our damage is at 14,000 now for damage, and we were at 10. Oh, we were actually at 8,000. So we basically doubled our DPS, and our survivability went up by over. We got 10% more HP, and then our resistance on lightning is now 75 versus like 30 or 40. Was that? I know we're missing quite a bit, so we're like way tankier now. All right, let's see what we get. Do we get anything good? Currency. Oh, that's the one we want, guys. That's a big one. So let's go immediately use this one just to see if we get something good. Sometimes with Path of Exile, like if you get something right now, you can get an upgrade that will be 100% worth it. But I promise we won't go back to trading forever. I just want to open up this one.
I greet you once again.
So we want the currency one. Oh, we need 93 of the blood. Ah, we have 67. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. So once we're at more blood, we're going to be able to. Also, there's a tab now for like the part 1 and part 2. So basically, in Act 6, we're actually in Act 1, but it's in the future. So that's kind of how the story works for Path of Exile. Not that we're really following the story here, but basically, the Act 6 and Act 1, even though it's the same act, it is different because the game has changed, the world has changed. So even though this is technically like Act 1, right, if you guys remember the beach from Act 1, it is basically changed. So the first area that we're going to go to it's just going to be in, let's see, I think, what does this one go over here? Tidal Island, okay. We're going to go to the Mud Flats. And then we're going to be looking for a very specific boss. It's called the Eye of Conquest. It's an item that we're going to get. We'd also probably look at a better quiver for a bunch more resistances. That would actually help out quite a bit. Alright, so we were just getting that extra life node, so we're going to grab this big chunky life node. And now we have a lot more HP, and we're going to get even more HP and more damage very soon. I'm glad it's helping out. Oslarm. So over here, it's going to tell us we need to get the eye. So the eye will be acquired by a unique enemy. Oh, is this one of those breaches that we can just push real quick? Yeah, I like these ones. These ones that we can just push real quick, I'll always push those, just so we can maybe get the currency change over here. This is 80. It requires 85 of the blood.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Some of these guys are kind of tanky though. So I know our damage is really good. That Prism Weave is going to give us crazy DPS. There's a Nomic Storm. Hey, those are the boots that we use right now. Come on, is there no more monsters? We're almost there. Come on. We're almost out of time. There's no more monsters to kill. There we go. Ooh. Just a good amount of monsters for a second. Is there any more? I want to try to get all of it so we can get the graft blood to go up. Because we're at... Okay. There's 3 portal scrolls right there. Okay. Another graft. Let's see what else we get. 6 scrolls of wisdom. Okay, that's nice. We're 117. Okay, so like I said, the reason why I want to go back instantly for that currency one is because if it drops like a chaos orb or 2, I can get way more DPS. As far as it goes, we'd probably upgrade our helmet. That'd be the next better upgrade for our build. So we're gonna go to the monastery again. This is kind of optional here, but I'd just like to show off the new mechanics when we can. So the currency one, let's go ahead and throw that one in. We got an instilling orb, so this is used for the flasks later. We got an orb of alchemy, that's good, and a chromatic orb. Okay, it wasn't really anything super insane, but still very nice to get. Anytime you're getting alchemy orbs, it's great. Like I said, that's kind of what we've been using to trade and get some of our upgrades on our pieces of gear. But again, if you just literally have one chaos orb, you get so much better gear, which are not that rare. Again, we can convert a lot of the other currency into it if we want to, but I don't want to sit here and trade for that long. Let's see if this is any good. So this one we can maybe sell for like 1 chaos orb in Momix. So fantastic leveling. Oh, there was the special elite over here.
He did this to me.
So.
The King of Brian.
So that was nice. So she was an NPC in Act 1. She was human, and now she's like a mermaid. But we're going to go ahead and take the quest item and go to the Karui Fortress. And we're going to be doing one of the first quests, which is called the Father of War. So this thing's going to explode. And you can see sometimes the loot gets a little bit crazy. So eventually, if you want to get a loot filter, that is an option. I played the full campaign without a loot filter just to see what the game's like, to see if things have changed, but this way I can kind of suffer with you guys. The reason why I say that is because most people, they will have what's called a loot filter, but the thing is that earlier on you may not want a loot filter because you want to get all of like the scroll fragments for like the scrolls of wisdom, but usually that phases out pretty fast. But this is the Father of War, and so basically you just attack him, and his totem will eventually make him immortal. You have to destroy parts of the totem, so you're gonna get him quite low. Then he has all these areas where you have to kill the totems. Wait, actually, did I just brick the game? This actually bricks. Wait, hold on. This thing is behind the wall. Oh, okay. That's good that like it was able to be destroyed. But basically, unless you destroy these little totems, and you can't attack him, he goes into a phase. Now there's also a spinning like little fire laser, a fire beam, and yeah. So now once we talk to Sin, he's going to activate our first Pantheon power. So with this power, it gives us additional physical damage reduction if we've been stationary every second. So we get 9% physical damage reduction, which is good, up to. And then if we capture another soul, we can get regeneration on our HP when we are holding still, which is awesome. So you get to pick one major power and one minor power is kind of how it works. But we only have one right now, so we just take this one. So we're going to be killing a lot of these bosses, and you kind of absorb their powers, kind of like Mega Man, but it's like it's not as like powerful as a new ability. What games do I recommend playing nowadays, Unc? Oh, like what games do I like think are really good? Okay, this is like kind of, if we're talking about action RPGs, right now there really is only Diablo and Path of Exile. There really isn't any recommendation other than that. There's other action RPGs hopefully coming out in the future that hopefully will be very, very good. But as of right now, you only got really 2 options. Alright, we're going to work towards getting this extra penetration to get more damage here. But from Karui Fortress, we go into the Ridge. But going back to your question, Fatsos, about what games do I recommend? I don't know if you've played like Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor. Like both of those games are just excellent, fantastic games. In fact, I went back and started playing a lot of Xbox 360 games like Vanquish and stuff, and like old games are just better, man. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, excellent, fantastic games. Some of the Batman Arkham series, great games as well. But yeah, I don't know. Do you mean action RPGs or do you just mean games in general? Also, StarCraft Brood War is an excellent game. Max Payne, all of the Max Payne games are good. Dragon Age is pretty good. Mass Effect series, those are great games as well. Portal 1 and 2. League brain rotted. Oh, like you need a break from like League of Legends. Like, do you want a multiplayer game? Honestly, I don't think there's too many multiplayer games that I'm currently playing other than Marvel Rivals. Oh, so this is called Abyss, which like you just kind of follow this thing and it kind of summons monsters. We're not going to really engage with it, to be honest. And the reason why I'm saying we're not going to really engage with it is because I just think it's just much smarter just to get to the end of the game. And like all the currency and stuff, we'll get more of that towards the end game. Like in the very beginning, like you get like so little, it's not even worth it. All right, so important thing here. So the Father of War, which is that boss that we did that had the little totems, the fire guy, he gives us a quest point, which we will get later. But in this area, the lower prison, we will be getting a Trial of Ascendancy point. So we're going to get more special skill points for our Ascendancy class, or like a super class, or prestiged class, whatever you want to call it. Oh, you know what is actually coming out that I might be interested in is this year's Call of Duty. They said they're going to be kind of toning down the skill-based matchmaking, which makes me excited. So we'll see if that actually is going to be fun, because I usually like playing Call of Duty up until like Black Ops 4. Until Black Ops 4, the game I think was in a much better spot. Okay, so now we are at the tower, but remember, we want the Trial of Ascendancy done now. If we can. Lost Ark. I tried out Lost Ark. Lost Ark feels more MMO than like strictly ARPG, unless they make like Lost Ark 2.
In the court of the goddess, every man and woman is deemed worthy of redemption. Though you might be shackled,
It's kind of hard to see sometimes with all the other VFX.
trials end.
So now this one is basically the same thing as the other one. It's basically these little spikes. This one's a little bit harder, but we didn't even get hit by it at all. Oh, there's like 2 areas, but you can just dash up and portal.
Belief is the strongest
Easy,
weapon
okay.
of them all.
Now we go through the portal, that puts us back, and we can go up the tower. Boom, we go to the Charvan's Tower. So we got that Trial of Ascendancy done here. BO3 was your last Call of Duty. Yeah, like Black Ops up until 4, the skill base was really not as relevant. Now everyone has like a 1KD for the most part. That's just how some games are. Games are usually algorithm based, and I think it ruins them a lot of the times. Interesting enough, there's a lot of MMOs and action RPGs that actually have a system that is very, very strange. So how it works is, if there's a lot of players in the game, the drop rates actually change based on the economy of the players, which is really strange. Again, it's all done through retention rate to keep people interested in playing the game. Now, I don't think Path of Exile does this, but there's a lot of games that do it, man. They basically manipulate the drop rates based on how long they think you'll actually play the game. So people's drop rates could actually be different. Anyways, we're going to go down here. Again, we're going to be getting all 3 of these. These are going to give us extra damage. We've got a diamond ring over here. It's like Ramirez. Oh, gifts from above. So you can see this is when we have corrupted blood inflicted on us. You can get stacks of basically bleed. And it does some damage.
I'm not up for that just yet.
Basically, we're just going to attack and move. Attack and move. And eventually we're going to get a bow. If we can get like 1 Chaos Sword, we could probably get a pretty insane bow actually at this point. I think we can get a way better bow. For 1 Chaos Orb. Once we get that. So what we're doing over here is we're basically just climbing up the tower. We're going to fight a boss at the very end. Okay, here's the boss. So if you remember Brutus from Act 1, he has been revived. He's like Frieza, they bring him back. So Chevron, basically, you don't want to stand inside of the books. She's also back. A lot of the bosses, they come back, kind of like in Diablo. Diablo always comes back. So again, you just don't want to stand next to the books. And then she's going to now fuse with him.
My mana is gone.
Our damage is really good. Oh, but you see how he did a big chunk of damage to us. This is normal for any evasion-based build. But now we get to go to the Warden's Chambers here. And we'll go through. So I can grab that crafting recipe. And then now we're at this waypoint. We're going to go back to town real quick, though. The reason why I want to go back to town real quick is I want to go turn in the quest to get that additional skill point. But I noticed this area, for some reason, takes so long to load. I don't know why specifically this one. But yeah, anyways, we get a book. There we go. Boom. We get another item. We can maybe get an upgrade on a helmet from the NPC. So now you can see this is a 4-link. That's kind of cool. It's got good HP, some decent evasion rating. The stats aren't too bad on it. Let's go to the 1 Chaos tab over here. I don't think this will sell, but you never know sometimes. Sometimes, like, I'll sell, like, my old gear for, like, 1 Chaos Orb, and I'm like, dude, I can't believe someone bought that. Like, this one's not too bad. It's got, like, actually pretty decent res. So it's got, like, almost 40 cold res. It's like, what is it? 38 cold res, 29 fire res, increased elemental damage, and giving us physical damage. It's actually not too bad. I don't think most of these things will sell, but, again, with this game, you never know. Okay, we don't have enough graft blood for that. Alright, and if you ever want to change your Pantheon powers, you can go to this NPC over here. Alright, so our passive point. So, yeah, we are getting extra damage. We want that penetrates resistances. It'll just basically give us a decent amount of extra damage for specifically the bosses. But, yeah, let's go back to where we were, which was the Prisoner's Gate. And we're going to be doing the Cloven one over here. So there's another boss.
I'm not up to that just yet.
The Fire Drinker. So we're looking for this over here. Valley of the Fire Drinker. So this is Abra. So we're going to attack him, and then he's going to disappear once we do enough DPS. But yeah, the reason why I really like those returning projectiles is because it just covers so much of the screen, you really don't need to aim. This is PoE 1, to answer your question, Mikey. Oh, you thought this was PoE 2? Ah, yes, this is PoE 1. The graphics aren't really that bad for this game being so old. But anyways, after you do enough damage to him, you just, when he goes away, you just walk to the next area. We should probably swap out the ballista, because this one has a very short range. The other one has a longer range. There's a one called artillery ballista that shoots projectiles in the air, and then they come down, and it does actually pretty good damage. So if you want to wait, you can talk to him. You can just skip it if you want, and then you can activate the power later. But this one gives us less duration of ignite, so we're not going to be burning as much. Honestly, I like this one because we don't have very much physical damage reduction, and that kind of helps out with it. But that will also give us another skill point over here.
What are you doing? Don't drag me.
Not over there. We're just trying to progress. So looks like this area is pretty much done. Let's go this way now. Ooh, let's see if it's 2gen. Oh, it's going in. I'll show you guys this mechanic. There's different NPCs, but the only one that really matters is 2gen for like most people, because that's all you care about. So now we're gonna go from Prisoner's Gate to the Western Forest. Now this is actually where Act 2 is, yeah, we're just gonna progress over here. And over here, there is another area that we'll be unlocking very soon, which will give us another skill point. This is another faster act as well. I kind of like keeping these Gnomic Storms, even though like it is going to make us take a lot more damage. It's specifically on the bosses where these boots become dangerous, but like, again, if you get one-shotted, it's usually because of the boots, but it's worth it, because you get to move so much faster. So we're to the riverways. And once we are at the riverways, we want to try to, if we can get the waypoint, it's nice. Okay, cool, we got lucky and we got it. Because there is 2 exits here. If you go up and to the left of the waypoint, it's going to lead you to the wetlands most of the time. And in the wetlands, this is where we need to go to fight a boss, and then we're going to use the waypoint to go back. Let's see if we get anything good off this thing. Nothing. You can beat Cyrus with Tessalio rings. They cost 2 chaos. You get 2. Yeah, those are great, man. Yeah, Tessalio's sign is actually like super strong for rings, man. You can even get the replica ones. Those give you a big DPS as well. But yeah, as far as those rings go, they're pretty hard to beat, especially for like cheap, you know. Ooh, level up. Alright, we got another skill point. Unfortunately, we don't get this one yet. Usually, the only thing that has a bunch of resistances are the bosses, but like that 10% damage is actually pretty big. So when we're in this area over here, we're gonna kill these little like pods, these little nests. There's three nests. We're gonna kill them, and then the boss will actually spawn in. And this boss is pretty easy. Just attack and move, and you're good to go. And then if you want to wait for the this thing, you can honestly just go back to town, because we're going to go back to town anyways. The reason why we're going to go back to town is because we want to use the waypoint. And then we can just talk to the NPC over here. And then we can open up the thing. And we can select, if we want to select the other one. This one's kind of nice. The life flask gain charges if you haven't used one. This is kind of helpful if you're on some of the areas where it's long and you're not getting a regen of your resources. So we're going to grab these skill points, and boom. Nice, now we have this, which is great. And if you need any like the strength nodes, like you can put 1 pointer here, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Usually I'll end up taking 2 of these. And that really helps alleviate the pressure on your gear requiring, let's say, strength or intelligence. Because those are the 2 stats that you're not going to have. Like, as we progress, you'll see all these are usually green, which is all dexterity based. But we can also get the extra frenzy charge, which is not a bad idea. So frenzy charges are good. I mean, these are all great. We're going to actually grab like every single one of these. All of these nodes are just fantastic. I love them all. But we're going to focus in on more movement speed now, because we can get this. This is going to give us 10% increased movement speed if we haven't taken damage recently. Damage recently refers to the last 4 seconds, which is awesome. So yeah, we're going to grab all of the those nodes over there, and then we're going to be able to move faster. And then if we want to, we can also grab this set of movement speed over here. And it's going to make our, everything is just going to be much faster. But that one's not really as required as the other one, because the other one gives us also evasion rating, whereas this one over here also gives us evasion rating, which is survivability. But this one gives us HP plus evasion rating, so it's kind of like double defensive over there. So now we are going to go back into the riverways. That's the area that I was talking about getting the waypoint. And then we're just going to continue to the right this time. I started in PoE2. I'm ready to try the first one. Any advice? I'd recommend to watch a guide, Looney, if you want to watch this one. This one will obviously be very smooth. I mean, we're playing this. This is only a couple hours in, and everything's dying in pretty much one hit, with the exception of like the bosses. But the other boss, we killed him so fast as well. Like, absolutely deleted him. chromatic orbs, nice. Yeah, let's go across. There we go. Seer loot. Got one vault orb. Oh, okay. That's a divination card. So basically, divination cards are stacks of cards. When you have like a full stack, you get whatever the reward is for it. It looks like this is going to be actually over here. So from the riverways into the southern forests. And we fight the final boss of the act. I'm actually not even sure why they put up these walls. It doesn't really feel like it's necessary at all. Maybe it'll make sense later, so you can maybe funnel in the enemies. But yeah, there's crit gems that we're leveling up. They'll be used towards like the end of the game because it gives you big bonus in damage. A crit is very, very good at the end of the game. You'll get about 50-ish% crit is really, really achievable in this game. We really should get artillery ballista though. Hey, what's up, Mystic? How you doing? Alright. But yes, Fred, this is PoE. Yes, sir. And hello, Samantha. How you doing? This is PoE 2. No, this is PoE 1, mates. What's my take on PoE versus Diablo? So, Path of Exile is a much harder game to learn. There's like a lot of stuff with Path of Exile that you have to learn. And it's not very beginner friendly at all. Don't mind that it says return to town. It's because we picked up what's called a rogue marker, which is for like another mechanic that's way later in the campaign. That like if we wanted to, we can mess with it. But pick up the black flag, and we're gonna continue. And now we're gonna get more of that evasion rating, and then we're gonna get this, and then get this. This is Overwatch. Ooh. No, if it was Overwatch, I'd be screaming about how bad my team is every single time. That and Marvel Rivals, man. Every single time, man. It's always your team. But I'm doing good, Mystic. Just enjoying relaxing on some Path of Exile. This game, honestly, like, for me, Diablo and Path of Exile are very, like, therapeutic games. As in, like, if you, like, come home from work or doing whatever, like, these games, in general, are going to be very relaxing. The dopamine hit from these games isn't necessarily because, like, you did a really good play. It's because something drops in the game. It's, like, kind of like, it's like a free slot machine for dopamine. And you can't really ever have a bad time on Path of Exile or Diablo. Whereas with like Marvel Rivals, or with Overwatch, or with like, let's say League of Legends, Counter-Strike, you could go to a game to relax, right? Because video games are supposed to be for fun, right? I mean, unless it's your work. And, you know, it can be work too, right? Like if you're like a content creator or if you're a game designer or whatever. But in general, games are supposed to be fun. If you're hopping on, you know, it's specifically Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, and League of Legends where people tend to get really frustrated at those games. And I totally get that. We're going to wait for this thing to, I guess, go all the way up so we can get a reward for it. But this game is very relaxing. So, we got a unique. Anything else good? Nope. Let's keep it going. But to kind of compare Path of Exile and Diablo, Path of Exile requires a lot more knowledge. And if you don't have like a guide, it's very, very rough. And there's so many things that you'd be like, dude, how was I supposed to know that? It actually kind of makes you mad. Like, I've watched thousands of hours of guides and stuff while playing myself. Like, and the weirdest thing is, you will almost never learn everything from one content creator. Because usually, how it works is one person excels at one form of the game. I mean, I know most of the game, but I don't teach people all of it because it's dependent on what you want to learn. So what we just walked through is a Mirror of Delirium, which makes the whole area foggy, and we're going to get these rewards here once we have the thing end. It's basically like a breach in a sense where it kind of expands out from the center, but it expands out for the duration. But it will make you deal less damage as you get more delirious, which is how kind of thick the fog is, if you kind of want to put it that way. It's not necessarily the visuals, but it's like how hard the area is, how delirious is the area. But you'll see that these rewards will be given to us once the time runs out. So in this area, this actually matters for like the, oh, whoa, that's a lot of damage. And if you ever want to end the delirium because the monsters are, let's say, too strong, you can just click on this. I'll do it after we get to the next like reward, because you get more rewards, but you need to stand inside this circle here. This is not for the delirium. This is part of like the main quest line, to stand inside this little thing and have it go. I make PoE look easy. Okay, yeah, PoE 1 and 2 are actually both challenging, but like we can just hit this, and this will stop the monsters from being as difficult as they are. Oh, we got a cluster jewel over here. Cool. Which is something that we can show off very soon. There we go. So there's actually 2 of these that we have to activate. Is long hair Slaydra coming back? It's possible. But yes, mister, I got you with the guide. Okay, we have a skill point to put in, so we're going to get this one over here. This is going to be a big note because we have a chance to suppress damage on full HP. Now, I don't actually count this one as actually in the spell suppression like area because it's an unreliable stat, but it does work. So what spell suppression is like, let's say a spell like a fire spell hits us for 1,000 damage. If we have 100% chance to spell suppress, it then does half of the damage. So if it's 1,000 damage, it will then do 500. But we also have that fire resistance. So if it's 1,000 damage and we have 75% damage reduction, well, that hits for 250. But then we also have that additional spell suppression to factor in. Oh, we gotta go push the button at the top. So after you bring both of those little like beacons here, you tend to touch the top over there. And then a ship will come over, and he will let us go to the final boss. This is actually another faster act. Alright. And then now we go to the final boss of the act. And this one's it's kind of a little bit shorter.
I'm not up, no single being should have the power.
I mean, we spent like 15 minutes trading. But that's part of getting upgrades, and it's part of learning the game. Ooh, solid snake. Oh. The new what is it? I think it was Snake Eater, right? That one came out not too long ago. Did you play that one, Mister? Oh, whoever was talking about other good games, any game that was, because you were asking about game suggestions, I would suggest any of the Kojima games are pretty good. Specifically though, Zone of the Enders and Metal Gear. Like all of that guy's games are like really good. There's also another game called Snatcher. But that one's kind of old. I don't know if you can handle old games. Snatcher actually has a really good storyline too. Oh, the God of War games. Yes, I like the older God of War games. So I just basically don't like the PS4 ones. Anything after, I liked Ascension as well. Like I liked 1 through 3, and then there's 2 games for the PSP. It was like Ghosts of Sparta. Was it Chains of Olympus? Both the PSP God of War games are good too. I finished all of those. We actually streamed all the God of War games, except for the most recent one I haven't played. I played The first one that came out for the PS4, I played it, and I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like the gameplay. It like has like this over-the-shoulder feel versus like the like top-down. I don't know. I really like the old God of War games so much more. 3 and Ascension are like excellent, but like I said, all of them are really good. But I haven't played the newest one. Maybe that one's better than the first PS4 one, but I don't think the new ones are actually bad games. I just don't think that they interest me. There's a lot of these open world games that feel too similar. Like, Uncharted 2 was a really good game, but then like I went back and played like Uncharted 3, and like I didn't even finish Uncharted 3. I feel like so many games feel too samey to me, like these like open world like narrative games where like they have very distinct set pieces, and most of the game kind of plays itself, to be honest. Like I like games where it requires you to actually think most of the time. I mean, I do like Call of Duty, and most of the time that game's relatively straightforward. But I'm excited about that campaign for the new Black Ops as well. All right, so where we need to go from the Brine King's Reef. So we go off on that boat. We go to the Brine King's Reef now. So this area is going to have a boss. So Nessa was the NPC. Now she's like a mermaid. Well, she's actually not even just a mermaid. She's actually like being mind controlled by the Brine King. I'm new, but this league are fresh. Yes, a league is a fresh start, and then we have these brand new arms. You see how our character has an arm like attached to them, and then so we get like abilities from this as well. Oh, okay, did big damage. Oh, he's doing crazy DPS. So this guy, I believe, does cold and lightning damage. Well, that is actually insane DPS that he's doing to us, but we're also doing insane DPS to the boss. So how this mechanic works: when the water comes in, you're gonna see these other like white swirls. Do not stand in the white swirls. It will one-shot you sometimes. But basically, yeah, just attack and move, and he will be melted very fast. Our DPS is actually really good too. He's already in like the second phase, so you can just move around. Again, don't stand in the white circles. And also, don't go in the water. You'll just take dot damage. Oh, we're already on the third phase. That was really fast. You can see how much damage it does. It's quite a bit. But like they make it a little bit more intense because the amount of space that you get is pretty limited. But pretty easy boss fight. And then now we talk to the NPC. Okay, Whalem. And then we can also get our first major power. So this is going to make it so you can't be stunned if you've been stunned or you blocked a stunning hit, which is great. So this is actually one of my favorite ones to get. And the reason why I like this one is eventually we're going to get the special power that gives us immunity to frozen and 50% reduced effective chill on us. So when enemies slow us down, we're like, it's got 50% less of the slow, which is quite nice, to be honest. It's very good to get. And then we talked to all the NPCs, and now we are in Act 7. And then we just have 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only have 4 more acts, and then we are finished. Yeah, so we have 4 more acts, and then we will be at the end. But like I said, the game gets a little bit faster as you progress. And we can actually maybe use a better bow for our next part of our play session. We'll talk about upgrades, but that's going to wrap up part 6, which is Act 6 of our playthrough. But GG's.